The concept of a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio, and that is what drives my system as far as how you do the account flips. And it basically is, to be a good trader, you're going to have to be really good at getting these trades, and I can show you with a high accuracy how you can do that. I'm going to show you right here on this. So 1 to 2 is where you risk 1, so this is our risk, to gain twice the amount. This box is 2 times the size of this box. You can see here in this ratio it says 2. So it's a little over a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio, where we'd entered, place your stop above, and we would have got our 1 to 2 trade down here. Okay? That is why this is important, of knowing how to identify this, and we knew that this was going to give us another leg short. So that's a 1 to 2. A 1 to 1 is the same thing, except it's now your reward is the same size of our risk. So if we're risking $100, we would actually make $100 if we won. If it was that 1 to 2, we would have made $200. So you need to understand this simple concept. Again, don't drown yourself with the details. Just understand 1 to 2, and we teach you how to do this as a part of the process of going through my program. And this is how the account flips work, of taking $100 to 1,000. You put $100 in with the brokers that I've connected with and will connect you with too. They give you an insane amount of leverage that allows you to trade this $100 as if it was as if it was $10,000. Okay? If this was a $10,000 account, $100 would only be 1% of that. That is how this is possible. So on this trade, we're going to risk the full $100 with a 1 to 2, so a 30 pip stop, 60 pip take profit. That's a 1 to 2. Our take profit is twice the size of our stop. We're going to wager the full amount, the full 100% of the trade. And if you win, we win just under $200. So our new balance is now $198 because we actually withdrew on trade 2. So you might say that's risky. It's only risky on the first trade, because after trade 1, you've withdrawn your 100, and now this $200 is completely house money, risk-free, that if you lose it, no big deal, because you have another $100 sitting right here. Well, you might say, well, what if you lose that first trade all the time? No big deal. Again, this is part of the process that we teach you then to start with, just 50% per trade. Win that first trade, because if you lose this first trade, you still have $50 left where you can then max that out and get that back. Again, don't want to get too much in the strategy. There's other numbers that can even lose more than one. You can lose like 4 or 5 trades in a row and still not blow your account. And if you did, it's only $100. We teach us to do this as safe as possible. But on trade 2, you need to withdraw your $100, and that way, after trade 1 to withdraw your $100, trade 2, you have just short of basically $100 of house money that you can go down to 100%, because if you were to lose this, is it really that big of a deal, since this was profits you made in the market anyways? No. So you can see in just 2 more trades, so 3 trades total, you're just shy of $1,000 profit, $864. If you want to keep taking it out, you can see how in 4 trades it gets to $2,500. Anytime in here, we can drop this risk down a little bit, gives you a chance to lose it, and still in 4 trades, you go from $100 to $1,700, which after trade 1, you are house money. This is just a brief concept of the process, okay? Don't get caught up in the numbers. I'm going to teach you how to do this from step by step, how to calculate the size. You'll get the spreadsheet that if you need a 46 pip stop, it'll calculate that for you. Let's put this back at 100 just so we can have easy math. And this is supposed to be 2 times the size of that. There we go. Now it's right. Let's put this all the way through. In this trade, maybe you had a 25 pip stop. Calculates your lot size for you and allows you this process. So this is a bit on the strategy. Now, if 100 to 1,000, yeah, it's cute because we want you to find high profile or high profitability trades, high percentage trades. You're not going to retake a trade every single day. To learn to do this for the first time, to go from 100 to 1,000, it could be a month process to do that for the first time because we're not going to have you maxed out the full time. But eventually, you'll get good enough where you can max this out a lot, only ever risking your $100. So when you lose 100. But if you win 3 in a row, let's put that back up here. If you win 3 trades in a row, you made $1,700. Okay, you need to grab that concept. So you could win, you could lose at this rate. I mean, some people don't have this money, that's why we can back it off. But if $100 is no big deal to you, you can lose 4 trades in a row, and then win your next 3, and you make $1,700. Therefore, you're up overall $1,300 with less than a 50% accuracy. That's how the system works, and why it is going to make you money if you follow it. Now, if you think this is cute, you don't want to do that, that's fine. Like I said, you could have $10,000 in an account. You put 10 grand in an account, and you want to trade just $100 of it. So you're risking 1%, and you do the same process, only risking 1%. And when it wins, you're now up 17%. It's the same thing. A lot of people look at small accounts, they don't understand. You can trade them as if they were bigger, as long as you have a broker that allows you a lot of leverage and you have the correct money management system of how to do it. And that's what I'm going to teach you. So just recap, these 1 to 2 trades are what we look for, even 1 to 1 trades. These are even more accurate. It's basically anybody can just randomly get in, and you probably get a 1 to 1 at a high accuracy rate if you understand just a few things. But this is what we're going to teach you, how to identify when that next impulse is coming and how to catch it. Okay. So again, if this overwhelms you, this is a lot of numbers. Trust me. I understand that. I've been doing this for a long time. That's a lot of numbers. You might say, that just sounds too good to be true. How can you do that? Well, here's one of my account flips. Whoops. There we go. Here's one of my account flips. Started with $100. The broker gives you a bonus. So I had $200, $100 mine, $100 a bonus for extra leverage. So you can see $229 right here. Okay, the first trade I won $31.49, so that's why it says $229. So when I put the $100 in, they took like $1 for processing fee. Big deal. And you can see this was trade 1, August 21st. And this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trades in a row that I won. And you can see the percent gain, 15%, 10%, 50%, 46, 53%. And you can see right here, we went just over $1,000 because remember, roughly $94 or $95 was the credit from the broker. So $1,000 was my profit. Eventually then I took this to $1,500 and I withdrew it. I just didn't have this on this slide. So here's a live example of an account flip. It can be done. It's very, very simple, of taking 100 to 1,000 or 1% risk to 10% gain. You also can risk 2% and gain 20%. Okay. Depending on the broker and the leverage, depending on what type of money in there, you can risk up to as much as 10% and take that 10% to 100% gain in a month. Okay, and I'll show you how all this works and all the numbers. That's what you're going to get with the program. So this is the video on this. Again, I stress, stick around for the next one. I got so much more stuff to show you. I have an auto trader that's going to make money for you while you're sleeping because it's actually placing the trades for you. You don't even have to do it. It'll do it for you. Just go stick around for that, and then I'm going to get into the cost, what this is going to cost you. You might be thinking already it's going to be $1,000. It's going to be a couple $1,000. I mean, he's teaching me how to take 100 to 1,000. It can't be cheap. I want this. The whole reason behind the group that I do and why I do this is because I want traders to know how to trade just as well as I do, if not better than I do. For one, they could trade some of my money for me. But two, I want them to be able to, in our setups we push out, I want them to be able to push those setups out to me, and I can just capitalize on taking that trade and making the money myself. So the price I'm going to get into is just enough to keep somebody out that wants something for free.